Hi, and welcome. Before this video starts, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. May you have a very good time with your family and your loved ones. Here is everything you need to know about Avengers Secret Wars. What is Avengers Secret Wars? Well, Avengers Secret Wars has two different stories. Number one is the original one with the Beyonder, and number two is the more known one and the newer one with God Emperor Doom. Both of these stories are similar to each other to a specific degree, but they're also different from each other, so they both have a different story. So to fully understand Avengers Secret Wars, we're going to go through both of these stories, and we're going to start with the original one. The original Secret Wars was a 12-issue story, and it ran from May 1984 to April 1985. Issue 1 opens in space in an unknown galaxy, and we see two different space stations. Both of these have heroes and villains. So one space station holds the heroes and one space station holds the villains. The heroes included the Avengers, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, Iron Man, She-Hulk, Thor, the Wasp, and the Hulk. It also included three members of the Fantastic Four in Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, and The Thing. Obviously, it had also solo heroes with Spider-Man and Spider-Woman. And last but not least, the X-Men, Colossus, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Professor X, Rogue, Storm, Wolverine, and Lockheed the Dragon, and also Magneto. On the villain side, they had Absorbing Man, Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, the Enchantress, Kang the Conqueror, Claw, the Lizard, the Molecule Man, Titania, Ultron, Volcana, and the Wrecking Crew. They also had Galactus. Obviously, the heroes and the villains are very confused to what they're doing there, and they look up into the galaxy and they see that the galaxy is being destroyed, leaving only one star. Next to this star, a planet is being formed with different parts of different universes. That planet is Battleworld. While the groups are debating amongst themselves to what the hell is going on, a rift opens in the sky and a voice that says, "I am from beyond. Slay your enemies and all your desires shall be yours. Nothing you dream of is impossible for me to accomplish." That person is the Beyonder. Now Galactus flies towards this rift to confront the Beyonder, but he hits the barrier that sends him back in an explosion. And to that, Professor X says to the Beyonder, even Galactus is less than a fly, showing us just how powerful the Beyonder actually is. Now the Beyonder, he's very fascinated about the heroes and the villains of Earth, so he shows a bunch of heroes and villains and put them together to fight against each other in Battleworld, and that's really the whole point of Secret Wars. Well, at least the original one. Now Doctor Doom, he doesn't want to play along with the Beyonder, and instead he wants to seek answers from him about immortality and unlimited power. The villains refuse, so Doctor Doom buries all of them in rubble. And he takes a pod ship to go and speak to Reed Richards and the heroes. At the same time, the heroes are kind of arguing why Magneto is a part of their team because he's mostly considered as a villain. And Magneto, he's like, "I'm not having that," and he flies away. First battle, the heroes win and they take Enchantress, Kang the Conqueror, and the Wrecking Crew as prisoners. Everybody else obviously fall back. A lot of things happen, so I'm going to focus on the more important things. Spider-Man gets the symbiote suit. Now, like I said before, Doctor Doom is playing his very own game and he manages to steal Galactus' powers to approach the Beyonder and temporarily steal the Beyonder's powers. Obviously, Doctor Doom becomes OP, and Doctor Doom becomes the mightiest person in the entire universe. The heroes are discussing amongst themselves and they obviously agree that this amount of power is too much for any man, so they are planning to go up against Doctor Doom. But Doctor Doom suddenly kills all of them. But the Beyonder, through Claw, starts to manipulate Doctor Doom to fully release his power. And he convinces Doctor Doom that one of the healers from the tribes of Battleworld was able to save the heroes. If that actually did happen, or Doctor Doom's power made it happen, it turned out to be true. The heroes had survived. They attacked Doom's base, and the Beyonder uses that attack to take back his power from Doctor Doom. And then Reed Richards builds a device to take everybody back home. Now, when it comes to the newer one, it is way more interesting in my opinion, and I really hope that the MCU will use that story. Now, this story is all about incursions. Now, this Secret Wars begins with the incursion of the Marvel Universe, Earth 616, and the Ultimate Universe, with the characters of both universes finally meeting each other. To survive the incursions that are going to destroy both universes, both of the Mr. Fantastic from each universe come together to make a plan on how to survive with small groups and a life raft. They manage to go into the life raft before both universes collide and gets destroyed, but they form a new universe, Battle World, yet again. But this new Battle World is a lot different from the older one. It has a lot of different universes in the same Earth, right? And all of these universes have different territories, and all of them are being ruled by one of my favorite villains of all time, God Emperor Doom, powered by the enslaved Molecule Man and wielding the Beyonder's powers. Doctor Strange is the sheriff for Doctor Doom in this new world, and he ends up finding Miles Morales from the Ultimate Universe. And Miles explains to them that they have been in stasis for 8 years. The Beyonders were responsible for the incursions, and Doctor Doom alongside with Molecule Man were able to kill the Beyonders and steal their powers. And obviously Doctor Doom saved everybody by creating Battleworld, which he rules over. The story ends in issue 9 when Black Panther ends up wielding the Infinity Gauntlet to battle God Emperor Doom as a distraction, while at the same time Reed Richards fights Molecule Man. Obviously, Doctor Doom realizes this and he teleports to Molecule Man to fight Reed Richards. But Molecule Man strips Doctor Doom from his powers so they have a fair fight. After the battle, Doctor Doom confesses that Reed Richards would have done better at reshaping the world. And Molecule Man hears this and he ends up giving the Beyonders' powers to Mr. Fantastic. And that destroys Battleworld. The Black Panther uses the Reality Stone from the Infinity Gauntlet to restore his world. Molecule Man takes Reed Richards and his family to rebuild the multiverse, one universe at a time. Hopefully now you know a little more about Secret Wars and maybe even you want to check these stories out.